Today at Level Up, very nostalgic gaming time. Okay, so in the times that Microsoft launches powerful Xbox X Series or Series X, and PlayStation from Sony launches the PlayStation 5, and even NVIDIA with RTX 3090 or 3080, whatever you call it, Nintendo top board decide to launch this. And yes, it's a good time for that. This is the brand new, but not that much new, Game & Watch. Yes, Game & Watch. And this one is a very special one because it's from Super Mario Bros. 50 years, right? 35 years of Super Mario Bros, which is amazing. And this little thing here, it's full of new hidden features. It's so cool, so tiny, and almost 100% the same thing we had on the early 90s, I would say, end of the 80s maybe. Missing the quick stand here. There's a metal piece that you used to have here, so you can stand this and put it like in the desk. But at that time you use also as a watch or a desk watch. That's why they have it. But now maybe you don't need it, right? But why on earth Nintendo create a Game Watch just in 2020, and why it's so good to have it right now? Yeah, folks, a long time ago, Nintendo created a Game & Watch. Very nice product at that time. Probably the first portable gaming console, if you can say like that. Yeah, I think you can. And at that time, there's no such thing as portable gaming stuff, or at least nothing with this sense, and nothing that was so tiny like this, right? So the idea was to get parts from a calculator, just normal calculator, and create a game with that, a game that you can take with you anywhere. Even the batteries that time was those very button tiny batteries, you know, that they used to use in watches. So yeah, they create something new, something that nobody could expect to be used as a game. And I can tell you that the same people around the idea of the Game Watch and developing a Game Watch later become the same people that developed the Game Boy, so famous Game Boy. And if you think through, Nintendo has the leadership on all those portable gaming devices for years. And just think through, because everything starts with this little boy here. So bringing this on the anniversary of 35 years of Mario, which also is incredible, it's a refresh for the eyes, and also something that exceeds my expectations. Let me show you some details, because later on I will make another video with more than, they say 35 hidden features, but to be honest, there are way more, maybe 50, I don't know, I didn't count, but there are so many that I'm doing the list. My next video will be there. Later you're gonna have like a card here that will take you to that video if you want to watch all those hidden secrets and features of this tiny device here that is limited edition. It's not forever. You have to run to have yours. Yeah, you have to. Let me show you. Okay, so I don't want to do an unbox. I think that there's no sense, since it comes with the Game & Watch itself and a cable and a manual, that's all. And you can see a portable device here that is super tiny. Look, don't have a huge hand. It's very tiny actually. Look at that. You can put it in your pocket easily. So the idea here is to celebrate Super Mario Bros, but also have in mind that the first game that came out on Game & Watch wasn't Mario, was Ball. So because that, when you press game here, you have the option to play a new version of Ball with Mario, in this case Luigi face, because you can change the face. And I'm gonna show that later on my special video with hidden features and secrets of this little tiny device here. But one thing that I want to make clear to you is this thing is not a perfect replica, because if you look to the original one, there is also like how can I say, alarm clock here, settings, or even settings of the time. The screen was just like this one, like black and white, not like full color like this and have games on that, it's amazing, right? You can control the sound, you can control the screen brightness, which is cool, and even reset the game, which I'm gonna do right now for you. So you can have the Super Mario Bros., which is the original game, or you can have the Super Mario Bros. 2. The Super Mario Bros. 2, believe me, was not that one we saw in US. This is the one released in Japan and many other Asian countries. And it's super hard and super frustrating if you are not in to play a very hard version of a Super Mario Bros. From the NES. So if you're gonna play that, have in mind, it's gonna take you way more harder to do the things like you're used to do, and there are many other things like a poison mushroom that was never seen before in a Mario game. This is the first one that happened. Later this was discarded because it makes everything just harder and frustrated for the gamers, and that's the reason why in US Nintendo decided not to launch this game and go for a different version of Doki Doki Panic. Yeah, it's another game. So for you familiar, you know. But coming back to this guy, right? The first one don't have the D-pad, but along the development of the Game & Watch system, the D-pad was developed for some games, and the D-pad became a standard on the Nintendo console. So it's good to see it back here refreshed, because if I go to this game, the ball game, actually the ball game, we only have one button here and one button here. If I decide to play the game, it's very simple, right? You do to the left, you do to the right, and there is like one button for the left, one button for the right. So that's pretty much the idea of this game. So it's super cool. On this side, you have the speakers, or the speaker only, because it's mono. And the sound is really tiny. It can be a little louder, but why? Why? And then, after showing you that, you have the time, you have the games, and you can press here and change the background. And there's tons of illustrations and different animations here that happens in different times of the day. We're very close to see like the time changing from 2 to 3. And when it's a full hour, a lot of things happen different. That's how it works. And you see this small dot here, those are the seconds. Here will be the full time, the full minute. So we're very close to see what happens. Yoshi come. Yoshi on the first Mario version make no sense, right? So that's special. And they break everything, and you have the 3 hours on the afternoon, which is the current time I'm now. And to be honest to you, these kind of animations, they change tons and tons of times, and I'm gonna show this in the next video. But why have this now? Just because Mario Bros, or there's something else? Well, we probably know that Nintendo, they launched the mini Famicom and the mini NES, the classic NES, or the Super Nintendo Classic, which are mini versions of the game with a bunch of games there. But here you have only 3 games. And Mario 1 and Mario 2, a lot of people may say, oh, it's the same kind of game. Actually, they're quite different. They look the same, but they're quite different. And the ball game is just nostalgic, as the other games are. Why you should spend like 50 bucks if you found for 50 bucks? Because there are limited versions. A lot of people is buying for collections. Well, first of all, you know that feeling, because I am 43 years old right now. And I can tell you, I play on Game Watches before, and have this with me. It's such a nostalgic feeling. I feel super young. Not really, but I feel when I was a kid, right? Like having this with me, and if I want a different game, it's a different Game Watch. They are expensive at that time, more than 80 bucks at that time. But it's the same feeling, it's the same construction, same thing they did with the controllers and joysticks of the classic NES and the Super Nintendo Classic. So those two, when I got the controllers on hand, I say, oh, that feeling, you know, is the same feeling with this big boy here. And one thing I noticed, it's with me all the time. I have my smartphone and this guy with me. And when I want to relax, for 5 minutes maybe, my break, I play a lot of Mario, the original Mario here. And it's so nostalgic, you know? And I feel so happy. Look, now it's turned on the screen and that appears. That's one of the hidden secrets. There are many. But I can tell you, if you are 30 years old and you love Nintendo and you love what Nintendo does and you love Mario Bros, you must have this for sure. You're gonna be super happy of having this. But if you don't buy it. Just buy your PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X or maybe a new PC. Because that, my friend, is the Game Watch. And the Game Watch are for those who start playing video games even before video games exist. Did you level up your knowledge today with this video? I'm sure you did it, so keep tuned for more videos like this here on The Gamer Changed. See you soon, folks.